Tonight, charging documents are revealing new details about the 16-year-old arrested for the murders of 15-year-old Giovanna Gigi Myrie and her 9-year-old brother Steve Allen inside their Gwen Oak home. Keith James Jr. remains in police custody, and now investigators have linked him to the murders, saying it's believed he and Myrie were in a relationship and had been talking for the past couple of months. Witnesses say during FaceTime calls with the couple, they saw James holding a handgun while in bed with Myrie. They add James told Myrie he would kill her if she got involved with other young men. Well, James told police that he had been trying to talk to Myrie for about 2 months, but he said he last met with her 3 days before the murder. Investigators say this contradicted evidence from his phone records showing that he walked away from a bus stop to use the victim's house and then to another bus stop on the night of the murders. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm Kai Jackson. The crime scene sent shockwaves through Baltimore County as residents respond to the violence, adding the suspect should be held accountable.
The fact that he's a juvenile, there are a lot of variables that can happen. So I'm hoping that he gets his just due.
Fox 45's Keith Daniels joins us live after speaking with residents. Keith, what's the latest?
A mother walks into her own house at 7:20 p.m. and the silence tells her something before her eyes do. No cartoons from the living room. No 9-year-old voice yelling that dinner smells good. Just the wrong kind of quiet. The kind that makes your stomach drop before your brain catches up. Somewhere in that house, her 15-year-old daughter and her 9-year-old son are both gone. Not missing, gone. And in the next few minutes, you're going to understand exactly how this happened. Here's what we can promise you right now. Stick with us, and you will hear the exact words this 15-year-old girl typed into her phone 3 days before she died. A message asking for help that almost nobody saw in time. And you will hear how the person accused of this crime tried to explain himself to police, and exactly where that explanation fell apart. Subscribe now, because this case is still active, and we bring you every update the moment it happens. Her name was Giovanna. Everyone called her Gigi. 15, a golfer, a karate student, always put together. Her little brother Steve was 9, obsessed with roadblocks, basketball, and being around his family. They'd only just settled into that house. There had even been a birthday bounce house in the yard not long before. This wasn't a headline waiting to happen. This was 2 ordinary kids in a house their mother had made into a home. It started with a phone, not a special one, the same kind sitting in your pocket right now. And what began on that phone 2 months earlier ended, on July 7th, with gunfire inside that house. According to investigators, a 16-year-old boy convinced himself he was the man in this 15-year-old girl's story, and made sure she knew it, with threats and a gun shown off on video calls. 3 days before she died, Gigi reportedly sent a text ending in 2 words. We'll show you those words later, because once you read them, you won't unsee them. To understand what happened at 5:08 that evening, you have to go back 2 weeks, to when detectives started pulling footage nobody expected to matter. July 7th, a Tuesday. Just after 4 p.m., a teenage boy reportedly gets off a public bus half a mile from the victim's house and walks the rest of the way. A neighbor later recalls hearing something strike a nearby door. Surveillance puts that moment at approximately 5:08 p.m. Around that same window, gunshots go off inside the house. About an hour later, he reportedly walks to a different bus stop and rides back into the city. By 7:20, when their mother walks through her front door, both of her children are gone, and the person investigators believe is responsible is already miles away. Investigators pulled MTA bus footage, neighborhood cameras, and cell location data. All of it lined up, placing a 16-year-old boy walking toward that house before the murders, and away from it minutes after. You can't go anywhere and not be seen in this county, the police chief later told reporters. Here's the detail that made investigators' stomachs turn. When he left, He wasn't wearing the same top he arrived in. Somewhere in that hour, he reportedly changed his hoodie, but kept the same shorts, same headphones, same backpack. The small details that don't scream for attention were exactly the ones that gave him away. 2 months earlier, this relationship had already started building, and according to investigators, it had turned frightening long before July 7th ever arrived. There's a detail in the investigative file right now involving a video call, a firearm, and an alleged threat caught weeks before the murders. First, you need to understand the question every investigator on this case was forced to ask. The evidence told investigators what happened on that street. It didn't tell them why. Why does a 16-year-old end up accused of killing a girl he claimed to care about, and her 9-year-old brother, who had nothing to do with any of it? According to witnesses, during video calls he was seen holding a handgun, repeatedly, enough that people around them noticed. Investigators say he allegedly told her that if she ever got involved with someone else, he would use it on her. Here's what we promised you. 3 days before Giovanna died, she reportedly texted a friend that he'd threatened to use the gun on her if she ever cheated. At the end of that message sit 2 words: "Help me." That message went out 4 days before she was killed. 5 things matter most in this case: the 2-month relationship, the alleged video calls with a firearm visible, the alleged jealousy-driven threat, the text ending in a plea for help, and the fact that Steve, as far as investigators have confirmed, had no direct connection to any of it. He was simply home. That last point keeps investigators up at night. Was he silenced because he saw something? Or was he just in the wrong place at the worst moment? Nobody has confirmed which. If you'd received that exact text from someone you loved, what would you have done? Tell us below. 3 weeks later, investigators finally had enough to knock on a door in West Baltimore. For 3 weeks, the person investigators believed was responsible had a name they couldn't yet prove in court. Then the evidence caught up to him. Detectives served a search warrant and an arrest warrant in West Baltimore. A 16-year-old boy was taken into custody, charged as an adult with 2 counts of first-degree murder and a firearms charge. During questioning, he reportedly claimed he hadn't seen Giovanna in person since July 4th, 3 days before the murders. Investigators say the evidence directly contradicts that. Surveillance and cell data reportedly place him walking toward that house on July 7th and away from it less than an hour later. He'd reportedly been to that house before, possibly as recently as July 4th, when neighbors say there was a party there. He may have already been a familiar face in that home before he allegedly walked back into it with a weapon. If that detail doesn't chill you, we don't know what will. Subscribe now. We track every court date on cases like this. His attorney told reporters, "This is obviously an unspeakable tragedy. Our hearts and sympathies are with the victims and their families," while asking the public to reserve judgment. He also noted that, as of the charging document, police had not recovered the actual weapon, a real gap in the physical evidence. The judge denied a request to move him to a juvenile facility, citing the charges and the risk to other minors in that building. He remains in adult detention. No bail, no trial date yet. Should a case like this stay in adult court? Or does a 16-year-old belong in the juvenile system regardless of the charges? Tell us where you land. A trial will eventually decide what the law says happened on that street. But before any of that, there were just 2 kids, and a birthday nobody got to celebrate. Days after the murders, just before what would have been Steve's 10th birthday, family and neighbors packed a church to say goodbye to both children at once. People wore yellow and black, reportedly their favorite colors, because their family wanted the service to feel like them, not like a headline. These were 2 kids who should still be arguing over the TV remote right now, not 2 names in a case file. Before any of us knew their names, or his, a 15-year-old girl already knew something was wrong, Wrong enough to put it in writing, wrong enough to ask, in her own words, for somebody to help her. That message went out 4 days before she died. As far as we know, nobody got to her in time. This case is still active. No trial date is set. The weapon has never been recovered. What do you think needed to happen differently in those 4 days? We're not asking to assign blame. We're asking because if you've ever seen a warning sign like this, we want to know what you did or wish you'd done. We'll be here the moment new information comes out. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and let us know in the comments how this case affected you. We'll see you in the next one.